Good morning, YouTubers. T Square with T Square Talk. I hope everybody's having a great day. It is Sunday morning for you guys. It's 2:30, I guess Sunday morning for me too. We ended up just doing it was really just a fun extra event for members. We just finished doing a live stream. I wanted to just do a quick mention before we do a package opening and then talk about a specific comment that came up, and I want to kind of talk a little bit about why I kind of found this comment interesting. And I know some people, when they listen to me talk, they might think maybe I'm rooting for silver to go down. There's a couple reasons for that. We're going to get into that today. But before I get started real quick, please, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that thumbs up button for me. Help me out. It helps me out more than you know. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And if you are not a member and you'd like to consider becoming a member, it is only $1.99 to join. And it's pretty fun. Your comments go straight to my phone. Every month we do a special silver event where you have a shot at winning some really cool prizes. A quick mention real quick, New Marshall, I got the names that I name right now. Please leave a comment and let me know if you want to get an entry into an upcoming event or if you want me to put your NIFC set aside for you. So these are members' names that were online last night, and I did a box of $50 and we hunted silver. We found a good amount of silver. I got 2 more boxes sitting here, so I'm probably going to do it again. I might do it on the night of the big live stream where we give away some free silver, but I might also just do another evening or daytime next time. That way different people can try to get on at different times. If someone gets on, they get a free roll. And if you find any silver, you get it. If you find any NIFCs, I can either hold it for you or I can give you an entry into a special event. So real quick, New Marshall, I got you down for 1. Let me know, you guys, if you want the entry or just to hold it for you. New Marshall, I got you down for 1. Conrad, I got you down for 1. Chris in Virginia, I got you down for 1. Reluctant Silver, I got you down for 2. EMO, the Fish Keeper, I got you down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Ali T, I got you down for 1, and Emmanuel, I got you down for 1. So let me know if y'all want an extra entry in an upcoming event, or if you just want me to hold your NIFC for you for the time being. Also, special thank you to EMO and Reluctance Stacker. Both of you guys ended up finding silver and just said, you know what, do it for the big month event. And so thank you very much for that. With that being said, let's jump right in. The first thing before we do the package opening that I want to do, I have it sitting right here. I want to take a quick minute and talk a little bit about a comment that came in. And I kind of laughed at first when I seen the comment. And I think it's an interesting comment. And some people might have the wrong viewpoint from me, but I'm going to talk a little bit about this here. So right now, especially since the markets ain't open, there ain't really a whole lot to talk about. They do open tonight, and I'm excited to see how things play out. So Eric, I had one of my close friends who knows I love silver say you are the only guy that I know who buys silver and then hopes it goes down so you can buy even more. LOL. Wow, that does sound a little foolish. It's all about the end game conversation. Get me to 50 to 1 and I'm done working. So I wanted to talk about this comment just a little bit. It's not necessarily that I hope silver goes down. When you look at the silver price right now, I'm trying to dollar cost average. I don't want silver to become worthless, but I know it's inevitable in my opinion. I know it's inevitable. Silver is never going to be worthless. If I buy, we'll say, let's just say for a minute here at $30 an ounce, and all of a sudden it goes up. Hey, that's great. I made money off of that. Even though, did I really make money? A lot of people understand this and a lot of people don't. I didn't really make money because I'm not selling it. If all of a sudden silver goes up and then it plunges back down to 29, which is where it's at right now, that's an opportunity to pick up even more. By being negative necessarily about it, like some people, they're like, oh my word, I'm so mad, I lost all this money. You didn't lose any money. The fact that the silver price went down, you're not selling your silver. You're not selling your gold. No one buys silver right now and hopes to sell it tomorrow or next week or whatever. I'm in it for the long haul. The more ounces I can acquire at a cheaper price, the better. So let me put it this way. I bought a bunch at 30. The price started climbing up. I bought a little bit more right about in this dip somewhere, so maybe 31, 32, somewhere here. And the price kept going up. Okay. Now, as it went up, I'm like, damn, I wish I had bought more. But then all of a sudden, I get this break where the price plunges down. How long is this plunge down going to last, really? Silver's now 29. That's an opportunity, in my opinion. Anything under $30 silver is a good deal. Looking at it over the last, we'll say, we'll go back way back because I wanted to look at it 10 years since I've probably been stacking closer to 10 years. But when I look at it, anywhere in here that you bought, you're up. Would you have rather bought in here at 1586 or would you have rather bought in here at 11? The fact that it went down to 11, it didn't stay down at 11 too long before it popped up even higher. Every time the silver price plunges down too low, it usually pops back up with a few exceptions. Because you're going to see a couple times in history where silver has spiked up to $50 and a lot of people sold. And that drove the price down. But on top of a lot of people selling, they also, the last time it hit 50, and then they started launching the paper silver, the shorts. And ever since then, it's been completely manipulated. But eventually, they can't manipulate it forever. But what I want you to understand from my point of view, cheaper silver means I can acquire more. I'm not trying to retire today or tomorrow. Will I? If the opportunity comes up and I can get my dream house and a good car, a good vehicle, get my homestead up and running, maybe some cows, some beehives, try to find some stuff that I can do on my property where I can kind of generate a small income, well then yeah, I would trade my silver for it. When I'm going to sell my silver, I don't want my silver to be down. But as long as I'm in an acquiring phase, then I prefer cheaper silver. Now, if silver had, let's hypothetically say you started stacking in 1987 when silver was $7. You just started stacking. The fact that silver went all the way down to $3.50, would you be happy or would you be disappointed? You just started stacking. Certainly, you don't want the price to climb if you just started stacking. That's the majority of the subscribers here. Unfortunately, a lot of people here just started stacking. They're kind of newer. Every time you see a major move on silver, more people learn about it. More people get in, and more people keep stacking. Eventually, we're going to see one of these big run-ups. And when that big run-up comes, I expect that is probably going to be the day that I could end up quitting working, quitting doing YouTube, quit doing everything. I don't know if I could ever really stop doing YouTube, but I mean, I have my days. I'll be honest, especially when YouTube isn't kind to me. It kind of irks me a little bit. But eventually, a day will come where I plan on being done. I plan on being done buying silver. I treat silver as money. Silver to me is money. If I need something and I have to sell some silver to get what I need, then I will. If I need silver to buy food, if I need silver to buy insurance, a vehicle, whatever the case may be, I may end up selling some. It is money. Some people, they look at silver as they're missing the whole point, that silver was designed to be money. It's a store of wealth because it does hold your wealth. Yes, I totally understand. Silver was $34, $35 the other day, and now we're down to $29.56. But the truth of the matter is everything is down in the markets. And I talk about this usually on a weekly basis. I'll be showing the markets for you guys, like the Dow Jones down 11%, the Nasdaq down 16%, the S&P down 14%, Bitcoin down 10.5%. You know, this is money. Everything is down right now. But the fact is, little erosions of our wealth by them watering down, debasing our currency is hurting us. And I don't want it to hurt me. By holding silver, almost no matter what happens to the US dollar, I feel like I'm secure. I know some people want to say, when the end of the world comes, you're not going to be able to buy anything with your silver. Okay, when the end of the world comes, I'm not in the least bit worried about silver, money, or anything because it's the end of the world. If SHTF hits the fan, people are going to want hard usable items, canned goods, food, whatever the case may be. Well, yeah, absolutely. There are going to be times in history where that stuff is going to be more valuable. But the majority of the time, as long as all of us have been around, we have seen gold and silver continue to climb in price. We have seen the fiat dollar get debased. You can't eat silver or gold. You can't eat dollars either. You can't eat Bitcoin either. You can't eat stock market shares either. And unfortunately, for the people out there that have been like hardcore stacking food, I'll be honest, I'm a prepper. I have a fairly good stockpile of canned goods. For people that know me, I have canned goods, I have dry goods, I can a lot of stuff. I'm prepared for a lot of different outcomes. But the truth of the matter is, if you're spending too much, if you're spending all your money on just canned goods, eventually canned goods expire. I mean, how many canned goods do you really need? At a certain point, yes, I understand you should be rotating out that stuff. But at a certain point, you've got to put your wealth somewhere. So where do you put it? I like to put my wealth in commodities because I believe commodities are going to continue to go up. So that's the reason why I don't mind if the price goes down temporarily. It does sound funny. A 50 to 1, someone said, get me to 50 to 1 and I will be done working. So 50 to 1, yeah, I mean, I've already said if we see 50 to 1, I'm probably going to end up trading a bunch of my silver for gold. But be careful. Saying get me to 50 to 1 and you're done working, I want you to think how many different outcomes that could be. There's a lot of different outcomes that could get us to 50 to 1. I'll be honest, let's just say hypothetically for a quick minute that gold tanks to $2,500. Oh, not 25,000 would be nice. But let's just say gold tanks. We're losing a lot of value right now. And let's just say hypothetically, all of a sudden we're at 50 to 1. Divide by 50. Oh, hey, what a coincidence. Exactly 50. That would be $50 silver. Are you really going to be done working at $50 silver? I will definitely be trading some of my silver for gold at 50 to 1. At $50 silver, though, I don't think I'll be done everything. I don't think I would risk for $50 trading essentially my stack for that dream house that I'm looking for. Will I trade some at 50 to 1? I'll definitely be trading some silver for some gold at 50 to 1. Someone asked me, is there any point that you would trade all your silver for gold? If I seen a 20 to 1 ratio, I would probably ditch 90% of my silver for gold at 20 to 1. I'll be honest, at 102 to 1, which is where it's at right now, I'm hoping to find somebody that will trade me 102 ounces of silver for an ounce of gold. I would gladly give up some of my gold for extra silver right now because I think silver has a lot more potential. We've only seen over 100 to 1 a couple times in history, which obviously means that is pretty remarkable to have that ratio as high as it is. Eventually, it will hit a number and something bad will happen, and we will see that number fall like a rock. And it would be a good feeling if all of a sudden I traded, 4 ounces of silver, 4 or 5 ounces of gold, and got a monster box of silver. And then I would be happy if all of a sudden the ratio plunged the other way, because it's a little bit more of wealth essentially built up. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that comment. Now I'm going to shift over and I'm going to open up my most recent video that, I'll be honest, opening up this package, it stung a little bit looking how much I could buy this package for this weekend. After the prices have gotten destroyed and we've seen some crazy stuff. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit discouraging. Bear with me, because I'm not the best. I know it sounds awful when I'm cutting open boxes. I've had a couple people tell me, dude, get yourself a real knife. Not what you're going to cook dinner with or cut vegetables with. And I don't listen. I still use that same knife. It's a good knife, though. Bear with me. And it is a heavy, heavy package. I had a razor knife here somewhere. I actually had a friend over and we were working on my house. And when he was using it, he pulled it out of his pocket and he was using it. And I asked him if he would keep it here over the weekend. And then I misplaced it when I opened up a package the other day with it. So hopefully it will turn up, because I'll be honest, it worked really good. I might buy myself one of those. I don't know what they call it. The blue. They don't call it Klein. There's a Cobalt, I think. Cobalt blue knife. But back to where I was going with this. Yeah, I mean, obviously, when the price plunges, it's a little nerve-wracking. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute as I open these all up. I probably won't open them all up because technically all 100 of them are the exact same. Boom. No price. If it had a price, I would actually show you guys. Yeah, they didn't put... Okay, so these are going to be called 100 2023 St. Helena Jenny Norris Pegasus. So that's what these coins are going to be called. Obviously, the huge hit that silver took, like I said, it is a little discouraging. So real quick here. Just taking a quick peek here. I can kind of tell if there's 100 by just looking without even counting them. This one's actually been open. But I want you guys to see. Bear with me. I don't want to slice off a finger while I'm trying to open up something, making a video. How did it happen? I was making a YouTube video and I sliced my finger because I was talking. I don't have any gloves. I actually totally ran out of gloves, but I'll show you one side and then I'll just kind of flip it with my shirt. Actually, you know what? Here, let's switch. I'm going to switch cameras real quick. Boom. There we go. So that is one side of it. Beautiful coin. I'm super happy. You know, it's a little older by a couple years. Let's see what it says on there. It basically says St. Helena King Charles 2023 1 ounce silver bullion. I'm guessing that's 1 pound. I think that's what that L. I should know, but I don't. I'll be honest, because I don't really know where these come from exactly. Someone out there that's bigger into collectibles. I'm only after the silver. It was the cheapest coin or round that they had on hand when I was ordering my 100. So I just take whatever's the cheapest. and I'm after the silver. And it's a pretty coin, a horse with wings, a Pegasus, I guess you call it. I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably a mythical creature. But pretty cool coin. At the end of the day, I don't really care what's on these coins. I'm after the silver. That's it. I prefer coins that are coins essentially of the realm, but I take rounds. I take whatever I can get a good deal on. And like I said, it stung seeing that I could have bought in this same exact package now for literally $400 cheaper than what I had bought in before. However, it does mean the next one that I buy will probably be obviously $400 cheaper if I can put in the next order pretty quick. Now, unfortunately, I recently did buy a bunch of stuff after the first one-day dip. So Thursday, I ended up closing up a couple orders, and then all of a sudden it started falling some more. And so when you get that double tap, and that's something I talk about when they do some sort of a full monetary reset, I have a belief that they're probably going to do some kind of eventually a debasement of the currency, a huge revaluation, where all of a sudden silver shoots up a lot. Let me shift cameras again. Where silver shoots up a lot in value, and there are going to be some people that are going to be like, sell it all. I'll sell my whole collection. I'm done working. I'm selling it all. I'm done. And all of a sudden, maybe you're a millionaire. And that is great. You've hit it. Everybody else is hurting because they weren't stacking precious metals. You're now a millionaire. And then all of a sudden, a month or two later, they do another reset, another debasement, another revaluation of money, of the dollar. And then all that money that you got is gone. It's wiped out instantly. That's why my belief is this is money. Everything else is credit. Everything else is gift certificates. Everything else is funny money. It's not actually money. Why? Because it doesn't maintain purchasing power. Once you understand that, that doesn't mean that I won't sell some of these to get something that I want. If all of a sudden silver skyrocketed, I would only sell this if I'm buying something else or trading this for something else that I need or want. That is not gift certificates. That is not dollars, because anything can happen to that stuff. It's like someone walking up to you and saying, you know what? I'll give you $100 an ounce right this minute for your silver. I'll write you a check right now. How are you going to feel taking a check from that person? A lot could go wrong. And if he's taking your silver right now and handing you a check, you're putting an awful lot of trust in that. That's exactly what you do when you take dollars. When you take a $100 bill, the only difference is there's a lot of people out there that think that dollar, nothing bad can ever happen. There's a lot of people that accept them dollars. Well, you know what? If you take a check from Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg, I was trying to think of Zuckerberg's first name. I can't even remember what his first name was. But you take a check from them guys, well, that's probably not going to bounce on you. They're probably not going to bounce you a check for your silver collection. You'll probably be okay. Just like the dollar, they say, is the strongest currency and it's the world reserve currency, and you probably won't have any trouble with it. But it's inevitable they're going to continue to debase it. The longer you hold it, the less it will be worth. I mean, how many times do you hear stories of people finding money, fiat currency, in their attic or whatever? Yeah, it might have some collectible value to it, but at the end of the day, it's not really worth anything. You know, some people will say you can still spend it, and yeah, you still can spend it, but what is it going to buy you? Maybe someone put away $10,000 in $500 bills, 100 years ago. I mean, yeah. Is it going to buy you what it would buy you back then? Back then, it would have bought you a ton. Today, $10,000, yeah, it buys you a lot, but it ain't really going to buy you what it would have bought you back then. And that's what I want y'all to understand. If someone put away $10,000 in gold 100 years ago, what's that going to buy you today? A lot. I mean, let me do some math real quick. I'm even curious now. Let me pull out my calculator real quick. We're going to say $10,000 divided by, we'll say $20, because back then, a $20 gold eagle is an ounce of gold. So we're going to divide by 20. Boom. That's 500 ounces of gold for $10,000. I want you to think about that for a minute. Now let's multiply that 500 ounces of gold at the low price of $3,030, roughly. Might have been a little more, but I think it's 30.30 right now, 30.31. That's $1.5 million. Which one did better? Now, you might say 100 years ago, $10,000 would be worth a lot of money in terms of collectibles. Okay, maybe. But it ain't worth $1.5 million. And that's why I'm stacking precious metals, because at the end of the day, precious metals are going to be worth more, in my opinion. There may be a short run where they may come down, and that's just a sale. It's a buying opportunity. I had a couple people say that Nike's not a quality shoe the other day. The truth of the matter is Nikes are high-priced sneakers. And if Nike all of a sudden said, we're going to give them 80% off, Nike would lose all their shoes. People would run in there and buy them up. Why? Because of the name brand. And the dollar is essentially, when I look at silver, it's no different. People see silver coming down, that's a buying opportunity. Everybody that leaves me comments now is telling me, oh, I'm buying more this weekend. Everybody's telling me they're buying. And so it only makes sense that, they understand this is temporary. It is temporary. It just feels pain right now, just like the order that you see in front of you. It stung to know that I could have waited a week and bought it for $400 less. But at the end of the day, I have it now. And, hey, I'm just going to double down, buy another order. It won't be that coin because I kind of like a little variety. But I'm just going to double down, and that's it. Pick up what I can when I can, and I believe we'll be right back up there later. Because everybody I talk to, when they buy these jumps, I had someone when silver went from 20 to 29, I know a guy that he bought a ton at 29, only to see it come down over the next 4 months to 22. And then all of a sudden, we blew up to 35. He was complaining every day. He didn't even want to talk to me anymore because of what happened. And then now you look at it. I had a couple of my friends say you ought to call him back and ask him if he wants to sell you his collection now. And, people don't understand. Everybody wants to get rich quick. You're not going to get rich quick. This is a little bit of a roller coaster. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a whole lot higher, I believe. This up and down, it's just noise. And I'm not worried in the least about it. With that being said, 28 minutes. If you enjoyed the video, please take a quick minute, hit the thumbs up button for me. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think of these Pegasus coins. Like I said, for me, it's just silver. I don't really care what's on it. And leave a thumbs up on the video and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Are you buying the dip? And if you're one of the names that I did mention, let me know if I can give you an entry on an event or if you want me to put your coin in an envelope and put it up for you for the time being. These are the not silver. These are the NIFCs. I can't mail everybody a $50. So that's why I said in the beginning I wasn't even going to do NIFCs. But then I said, you know what? We're going to pull them aside for now. And, when you get a package sent to you, I can just throw them in. Or I can give you the entries. So leave a comment if you're one of those names that I had mentioned. But hopefully you already did. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Keep stacking, my friends. And I can't wait to see what the markets do tonight. I mean, realistically, I think we're going to see some more red. but I'm not in the least bit worried. I'm just going to buy more on sale, and then that's it. Although I don't know how much more money I can afford. That's kind of why I opened up all these half dollars last night, because Monday morning I want to take a lot of this junk in and essentially be able to buy, even if I can only buy 1 tube of silver, it still makes a difference. Every ounce is going to count when the silver does what it's going to do. It may take no time at all before we go to $50. So thank you all for watching. Hit that thumbs up button. Check out our other great videos, and I will see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.